The Nothing 4A Pro just arrived, literally like 15 minutes ago maybe. Really just for this video, unboxing and first impressions. Many of you will know that I love Nothing as a company. I love Nothing, man. The puns are for days with this company, legit. But I'm really excited because this feels and looks like a flagship phone, but it is part of their sort of budget lineup here. So there's not like a slidey boxy on opening here, so I'm already running into some issues. But today, just unboxing and first impressions. You know, on this channel, we love to talk about products that marry form and function. So Nothing obviously has really cool designs. So interesting, you actually have the box kind of like this. This phone is anything you want it to be. It could be just a phone, but it's also your past or community of creative minds out there making things. Cool. By using it to create and by sharing your ideas, we can build something special together and make sure our products work better for you. Welcome to Nothing. We're happy you're with us. They always have a little like welcome message in their products, which I think is kind of nice. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So the box just kind of slides right off there. Always love this. Nothing continues to put cases in their products, which I think is fantastic. They've teased before not doing that for certain things, but there's all your hardware or your charging and everything, your paperwork, and then your SIM ejection tool, which is great. Here's the case. Nice, clear, thin, but hey, it's there, you know. All right, let's get to the actual phone here. Definitely has some heft to it. This time they've sort of foregone, I guess, some of their like kind of plasticky vibes, and they've got more of an aluminum finish here, which I think is really nice. A lot of people don't like that. Interesting that the camera bump here is fully out in the open, and that is a camera bump if I've ever seen one. Ah, stuff always rips. All right, here we go. Here's the phone. Always really smells interesting. I always really dislike when they put this stuff on phones. I guess they have to in some ways. So here we go. All right, so this actually is a little bit different than I thought. So here, that almost seems like two separate pieces of aluminum there, where I thought it was just kind of a divot before. That's actually, yeah, that's two separate pieces of aluminum. I thought it was just kind of embedded or embossed, whatever you want to call it. They still have to put this stuff on the phone, I'm assuming. I think that's kind of ugly, but it kind of fits the vibe as well. And they've done their sort of dot matrix font here, which I think is cool too. But hey, that's a look. That is a look for sure, man. Yeah, this is huge. And I think immediately it called me back to the Nothing Headphones 1. I mean, that's a very similar aluminum with a glass sort of bump out there, which is wild. I mean, that is totally a look. Like those go together like peas and carrots. So I don't know, it's kind of wild because like this is the affordable version and this is the premium version or flagship version, and those actually really go well together. So that's cool. I could see those vibing super well together. Yeah, they've got a huge dot matrix this time, but you can see it's almost like the same amount of pixels here, same amount of LED lights, but they're just bigger, which is interesting too. That camera is huge, and it is kind of giving Apple design language here with Apple's new Pro models. That, I mean, those could be in the same family in my opinion. So interesting. You can see this is the iPhone Pro, 17 Pro, and then there's the size comparison there. iPhone 17 Pro is a little bit thicker, a little bit rounder, which is something I love about the iPhone 17 Pro this year. And then there is the Nothing phone. You've got your essential space button, your lock power button here, and then volume up and down. That camera bump is just so big. That's wild. Interesting. So I'm assuming the telephoto is one of these, and that's main, but that almost looks like wide angle or telephoto there. So, all right, let's go ahead and get it booted up. This video is more about hardware, I think, just because, like design, hardware design, because I mean, these phones, they do keep improving on the software, which I think is great. And I've said it before in other videos, like I kind of wonder like if someday there's just going to be like a full-on Nothing OS. So there's the phone with the case on it, which that looks really nice, honestly. It's kind of hard to tell there is a case on it. It just feels a little more protected, I guess. See, and this is what I, don't love, is you gotta have like Google on top of the phone, right? You can't just have nothing OS yet. There's not enough development for their software, like where they have nothing messages and nothing notes and nothing browser, right? Like I hope it gets to that someday. I really do, because I think they could really make this into like, you know, a full-on hardware and software marriage like Apple has done, which I think is fantastic. Some things I don't love about the design, I think the most glaring one are around corner rounds and how they're not matching. So you can see on iPhone here, this corner of the plateau matches this corner of the phone. And there are places where Apple doesn't do that, usually between software and hardware. But you can see here, this corner does not at all match this corner. And that spacing bothers me. I think they should have just made this a more boxy, less rounded corner if it were me, because I feel like it's maybe easier to do that than do it on the actual chassis of the phone. But I mean, Apple's got, well, they're about the same in terms of their radius there. So yeah, I don't know, that really bothers me. But I will say the balance here is nice. I know with the 3A Pro, it had the big circle on it, and the balance was, it just seemed off. There is a little bit of camera wobble, just because you do have these which do jut out even past the plateau area there. So yeah, I don't know. Like I love when you first get into the phone, you see this, and they do come with a screen protector on it, which I think is fantastic too. You just have to set it up through Google. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip. We're just gonna set this up as a new phone real quick. This feels premium. This feels flagship to me. And I think, you know, Nothing came out and said they're not gonna be releasing a new flagship phone this year. And a lot of people are like, what? And they're kind of just like, you know, we don't wanna do that every year. We don't have to be like Apple or Samsung or Google. I just want to get into the phone. So yeah, but this feels like a flagship premium phone. So maybe that's kind of what they meant too, is now they have like multiple lineups of phone. They also have their CMF brand, which is an even more affordable brand. This is for myself. And this, I keep saying it, but like I have to go through all this Google setup and I hate it. I'd rather be going through Nothing OS setup instead of Google here. Skip that. I just want to get into the phone. Google services, sure. Okay, let's just do none of those. Okay, agree to the terms and conditions. Let's just turn all these off. All right, meet the Glyph interface, a new way to interact with your phone. Okay, next, essential notifications. I love this. I love also, a lot of people don't like that they went away from the Glyph matrix, which were a bunch of different LED lights on the back to show different messages. I think this is better. It gives you a little bit more information while not being, you know, you can't scroll Instagram on the dot matrix, of course. Call recognition, I love that. Like the idea of having your phone down and not distracting you and be able to be like, that's my mom calling me. I think that's cool. Or, hey, oh, that's a different one. That's my sister calling me, whatever. That's cool. So. Flip to Glyph. I like this too. Essential key. Yeah, saying what's new. Essential apps, so developers can make their own apps in the essential space or whatever, which is cool. Live updates on the Glyph. I like that. That looks like maybe an airplane landing. So that's another thing. Oh, presets too. There's just a lot of interesting stuff with Nothing. Like you can have these different styles of presets for your camera, and developers, of course, can make different Glyph apps and things like that too. This is really cool. New clock faces, that looks nice. A new status bar, dual floating icons. I don't like floating icons, but all right, we got Android 16. I'm gonna go Nothing, of course. Finish setup. Let's hop right in, baby. Ooh, man, that looks nice, doesn't it? Ooh, okay, so we have, got it. Only this time. We have specific kinds of, yeah, wow. I don't know, man. I know this isn't much of an unboxing and first impression. It's more, like I said, it's more for design. All right, so there's essential space. Let's see, is there any way to interact with the Glyph matrix? I know on the 3 Pro, there was a little button where you could sort of hang out with the Glyph matrix here. I don't know what happens if I do that. Nothing there, nothing there. Why is Instagram already on here? That's interesting, isn't it? or they have some sort of deal with them. It's kind of wild that it comes preloaded with social media. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh man. I like that there's news there, but I also don't love the news, so finish setting up your phone. Can I do just like a search? How do you do it? Glyph. Do Glyph? Matrix? Nothing? Let's come into settings. Glyph interface. Cool. Flip to Glyph. Silence on demand. That's kind of cool. Volume indicator. Let's do that. Glyph progress. Allow. Yeah, that's cool. Glyph timer. Tapping on the Glyph timer. Sure, I don't know. I don't like that there's not a way, it seems, I can't get it to work. I don't know. Let's see if I can do... I keep doing the Apple search. I know that you can do like recorder, allow. I do like this. Whenever you're recording, this light's on, whether it's with audio or video. It works that way, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know why. Photos, essential space, got it. Yeah, I think the idea of essential space is cool. I think as they continue to develop it, it's going to be even better. If you're unaware, it's like an AI area where like all your thoughts and screenshots and things like that can go into, and then it can give you feedback on that, you know, all sorts of stuff. So Glyph interface, yeah, I don't know. I guess I could do volume indicator. There you go. There's a little bit of the Glyph volume indicator, so that's full power. And that kind of gives you an idea of all the LEDs working at once, which is cool. Turn it down some more. That's a nice feature. You get like a visual idea without even looking at your phone screen how much volume. And I'm assuming you would start to learn like that's 50%. I know exactly how loud that will be. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Glyph's cool, and you're really only gonna get the full idea of what it is when you start playing around with the phone, when you have notifications coming through, when you're using different apps, things like that. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see if we can customize the lock screen. They said there's some other wallpapers that look really nice. I like that green. Done. I want to change the clock here. That's cool. Smiley face. What did that say if I click on it? Oh, okay. Weather and schedule. Where was that new one? Ooh, that's really nice actually. Ooh, I like both of those. Those are kind of sick. All right, tap to add your widgets. Battery, compass. You know that they're working on like more and more widgets, which again, I think the ultimate goal for me would be, as I've said it already, like Nothing having their own operating system that's fully theirs, that's separate from Google. It's just building on Google's infrastructure, things like that, which has already been in place for a while, is the easiest path towards, you know, minimum viable product kind of thing. But as they continue to develop, I would love to see, and I don't even know if it's a plan of theirs, but I would love to see like a full-on proprietary Nothing OS, because then, like I said, you can have hardware and software working perfectly together the way that Nothing envisions it. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this design. There's the Nothing phone. There's the headphone one, which those just look so nice together. And then, yeah, I mean, it's very similar to Apple here. So, you know, coming from Apple, I've become an Apple user like through and through, diehard Apple fan, whatever you want to call it. But Nothing is really the only other phone manufacturer, phone company making products that interest me. It's the big hang up there is Android. So anyway, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on what you think of the design, what you think of Nothing in general. I just love getting to talk about them and learning about what they do. Also follow their YouTube channel. It's so fun to watch. They're doing that stuff in a really cool way. But that's it for the Nothing Phone 4a Pro. Thanks so much for watching. On this channel, we help you discover products that are intentionally designed and well made. We love products that marry form and function. So if that sounds cool to you, please subscribe. Like this video for more, hype it up, watch that video next. I think you're gonna love it. And we'll see you all in the next one.